Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video, I wanted to show you guys the necklace that I designed using materials from the Czech Beads exclusive monthly subscription box. I just got this box, opened it up. It was my last video. And it's for the month of March, and the theme is A Breath of Spring, I think. That's what it's called. But anyways, when I first started playing with beads, I thought I was going to use the white and the blue together because there's actually only three beads that were purple, and so that's this bead here, the pinch beads, and these purple seed beads. There's more blue beads. But when I started working with it, I ended up going towards the purple, and then I thought, well, should I do blue and purple? And then I thought, you know what, Alicia, you're always making like almost rainbow styled colored jewelry. Not really rainbow styled, but what I mean is when I make a lot of my jewelry, I do use a lot of color. And sometimes when I get dressed, I'm like, what am I going to wear? I'm at a point where I need to buy clothes to match my jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like usually you buy the outfit and then you go get the jewelry to go with it. No. For me, I have to find clothes to match my jewelry, and it's getting hard because I use a lot of colors. So I'm staying with three colors: the white, purple, and gold. And this one here is kind of like yellowish gold, this melon bead here, but still I'll just say that's gold. Okay, get what I'm saying? So I didn't go with the blue, I stayed with the purple, but I only used two of the purple beads, the pinch beads and this bead here for my focal, and really, I really wanted to do that one. But when I started playing with it, I realized I was bringing in a color. It was going to be purple, that I had to use the purple bead here. Well, not have to. You can use that one if you want. It's pretty much the same bead. I just thought this one here was better for my design. But it's totally up to you. You can swap the beads out. I also kind of thought, well, what if I went with the blue, because this here is blue and there's this one here, so I would swap that out. But the thing is I wish they gave me more of these pinch beads. Like, I forgot what the count was for the purple pinch beads. I have two here that I didn't use. But you can if you want to make the necklace longer. But like, if they gave me the same amount of purple and this one here, then I could have went with this very like crisp white golden color, because these here look good with the melon beads that are in this necklace. Does that make sense? But they didn't give me enough. And then I thought, well, what if I swap these out for those? But then I thought, no, it was too much white. It didn't look right. But that's just me. It's up to you. However you want to do this, you can change around. It's up to you, okay? So, for my leftovers, let's go over my leftovers first and why I used what I used, and then I'll go over my design. So I have 7 empty bags. These here are my actual leftovers. So I used 2 of these. They only gave me 3. I used them here. Okay. And then these here, these are the 5mm opaque Czech Drux, opaque white. I have 2 of these left over. But if you want, you could use them. And here's how you would do it. My necklace, I think it's 20 inches finished. But I could have made it longer. So here I have 4 gold 4mm melons, 2 of the purple pinch. What I could have done is, instead of ending this with white back here, see the white back here, I could have ended it with a gold, purple, gold. You can see this pattern here, gold, purple, gold. I could have ended it that way on both sides, and I would have used all of those beads up, not have any leftovers. But I think the necklace would have been 22 inches, something like that. And I thought it looked kind of good shorter, so I went with the shorter length. But after that, after you do the gold, purple, gold at the very end, you could then do one of these on each side. But then, I don't know, it would mess the pattern up. But you could also do earrings, because there is enough here that you could do earrings with this. Do gold, purple, gold, white, and then put the little chick charm on the bottom if you wanted to for earrings. It's up to you. I wish there was 2 of these, 2 more of those extra, because then I could have had, you know, a nice looking pair of earrings. Anyways, for the leftovers, over here, the ones I didn't use at all, I didn't use these at all. These are gold seed beads. They are not Czech. They are actually a no-name brand, I believe. When I looked these up on the site, I could not find them. They were not there. So I didn't use those. And I realized that if I did use seed beads, it would have made the necklace longer. But for this one, I wasn't going for length. I've been into long necklaces a lot lately. If you didn't see the last long necklace I made, the beaded bead one, I'll put a picture up now. Alright, so for this one here, I actually was not looking for long necklaces. Really what I wanted to do is I wanted to do this charm thing. You can see here I have this pendant and I have these 6 charms on the sides. I really love the charms. I thought they were super cute. It's a spring box. And so I really wanted to go with that look, and so I wasn't aiming for length. And so I ended up not using seed beads because of that. So I'll toss those out. I'll toss these out too because that eliminates them as well. And I did kind of want to do the blue first, but then, like I said, I realized I use so much color that maybe I should kind of stay with less colors. So I didn't do these. So I'll eliminate all of those. And I did want to use these in place of the purple, but I couldn't because I didn't have enough of these. There's 12 of these, but I don't remember how much there was of the purple. So I'll eliminate those. And you can totally, if you want, use that right there. You don't have to do the purple. It's totally up to you. And I did do a wire wrapped head pin for this. Now, I should not have removed all the beads because I realized that there was like a good amount of beads here to make a bracelet. So like these here would have been a cute bracelet. Have this as the center, you know, those beside, and you know, and then those gold seed beads. You totally could have a blue and gold white bracelet. Alright? And then I didn't use the chicks, but you totally can. It's up to you. I went with the butterflies though. That was my animal of choice. But if you want, you can swap the butterfly out for the little chick there. And I didn't use these because I already had a lot of white going on, so I didn't use those. Now, I was trying to pick between, this is the 4mm Czech druck that has AB on it. This one is 5, there's no AB on it. And I kind of wanted to go with these because of the color on them, but then I realized these are 4mm, and these gold melons, which are touching the 5mm white beads, are the same size. 4mm gold, 4mm white, and it was too smooth. I needed more texture, and so I upped the size to the 5mm. And if you just look at where I have them at, touching the 4mm melons, it just made sense to go with the 5mm bead. I thought it looked better. And then I realized if I use the 4mm, it's going to make my necklace shrink. It's going to make it smaller. So I originally did 5mm, and I decided to stay with it because of those things. I didn't want my necklace to get shorter, and I thought that the 5mm added more texture because of its size. And I didn't use these because I used the yellow gold looking melon beads. Alright, so for the back of this, I ended up using this clasp here. I have a lot of these in my stash. I mostly see this clasp used in pearl necklaces, and I got these on Macari. I got a ton of them, pretty much. And so I thought this looks and feels very vintage to me because of the white beads. It makes me think of milk glass. And so I went with that clasp here. Now for my pattern, I actually don't know how I'm going to explain my pattern. I've told you guys before that whenever I make necklaces, I usually start with the bigger beads first. I lay them out on my design board, and then I put the smaller beads in between, which is kind of like what I did. But then, I don't know why, but these here stick to my mat. But then I kind of ended up moving them around. So I knew that I wanted this to be my focal piece. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so I sat this on my board, and then I put down the next bigger beads. So for me, it was this bead, this gold bead, and then this bead. Okay, and then I put the melons in between them. Okay, So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 melons. And I did that on both sides. Makes sense? And then I put the purples down. And I wanted the purple to go into the back of the necklace. I had to make sure that I had enough of it. And I did change my design for the back of the necklace twice. And I went with the second look because of how it's broken up, and I'll try to remember to explain that to you when I get back there. Okay, so again, I started with this as my focal, and then I did the next largest beads, which were these here. The flowers, the gold bead, this bead. And then I put the melons in between those. There's 8 melons. Okay, those are the next biggest beads after these. And then I started with the purple. So I put the purple on the sides of the melon. Okay, I also had a purple bead here, believe it or not, and I took it out. I'll tell you why I took it out. Okay, and then another melon over here, and I had a purple here, melon here, purple there, purple there. Okay, and then after I did that, I was looking at this, and I was like, I have too much purple. I have to put white here. So then I took the purple out on the sides here. I put the white 5mm bead here in place of the purple. And then I'm like, well, that's good because I can use that purple in the back of the necklace, okay? So then I had the purple. Okay, this was, and then the white's here in between the beads. And then down here, I just had the gold 4mm melon beads. And I feel like I should still zoom in closer. And then it was the purple. Okay, and then it was this bead. And I'm like, this is too much. There's too much purple here. I need to put white here. So then I put a white here and here. Okay. And then when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Now when I put my charms in, I'll have a better distance in between the beads. And so that's what I did. So yeah, I think I pretty much explained all of the beads down here. Except for the melons, the gold melons. I didn't explain those yet. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so if you look, I have gold 4mm melons here at the pendant. And then if you search, I don't have them again until down here. Right here, okay? And so I have gold, not counting the melons, in this bead. There's gold in this charm. This is gold. This is gold. This has gold. This has gold. This has gold. So I didn't feel like I needed to put any gold melon beads between here and here. This space. Because I already had all that gold already in these charms and in those beads. Does that make sense? Okay. And so I'm like, I think I should use the gold melons in the back of the necklace. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I have 2 gold melons right here at the front, the very center, and then I have 1 back here, and then I put the gold melons, the 4mm, back here because I needed gold back here. All I had at the time was white and purple. And so what I first ended up doing is I did gold, white, gold, white, gold. I had, I think it was 4 gold, 3 white. Okay, and then I did the purple. And I'm like, that is too busy. I need to do blocking, like color blocking, or like make groups. And so I did the groups here, this part here. I grouped the white beads together, and then I put the gold with the purple pinch beads. And that, for some reason, this here just looks so vintage to me. It makes you think of the milk glass necklaces that I found when I was a kid at a yard sale. But anyways, yeah, I just love that. That simple pattern right there. It's so basic, but it's just so classy looking. And so that's what I did pretty much for my pattern. And I did this vintage looking, well, I guess it is a vintage glass, but I don't know if they make them anymore. But it's in perfect shape, that one there. I don't think it was ever used. But the charm placement. So when I did my charms, I put them onto 6mm jump rings, and I actually did not string them in at first. I just sat them down on the bead board, and I'm like, I think I want them to go about here. And so what I actually did is all my beads were strung up. I took my charms and I put them onto the jump rings, and then I just, because I didn't have this crimped, I just had the bead strung up and it was just resting on the board. I just picked this up, put the charm on, pick it up, put the charm on, and I only had to move them twice, I think. I had them down too low. I think I had this here originally, and then I realized that it needed to go up to here. So after this yellow melon, I have the leaf charm, and then purple, this long bead here. I have to zoom in, don't I? Okay, the purple bead, this white bead, purple bead, and then I did this charm here, and like this butterfly would not hang right here because of the wings. It just didn't look right, so I had to have it sitting here. It just had to be here. Same with this one. I actually had this one up here, so I had to move it down one, and it was just best to have the charm dangling above the bead that was smaller. So this is smaller than this one. This one's smaller than that one, right? But for here, this was fine, and I guess because, I don't know, it's lower down on the necklace, so down here it's more round, but up here it's more of a angle, a harsh angle for these here to be dangling. So I hope that makes sense to you. So yes, I used 6mm jump rings, and this time I did not put a seed bead below the jump ring there. Usually I put a seed bead underneath of that jump ring, so I have a lot of movement, but I didn't have any issue with movement this time in this design, so I didn't do it. So was it that necklace? I recently did, I'm trying to remember. Yes, I recently did a Lucky Charms necklace and bracelet with a leprechaun. I don't know if you saw that video or not. I'll put a picture up of what I'm talking about. And in that design, I have rainbows and four-leaf clovers. And in those areas, I put seed beads, so I had a lot of movement. The charms would lay properly. But with this one, I didn't have an issue with movement and all, so that's why I did not put any seed beads there. So I was actually happy to not use any seed beads, because I feel like I'm always using seed beads in my designs for spacer beads. But this is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this necklace. It was not difficult to make at all. It was very simple, and so I felt like I didn't need to do a, you know, this is like a how-to video, project share. I didn't show how to crimp it because I have crimped several times in past tutorials, but this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this box here. I am going to link the box down below in the description bar. You can still get it at this time. You can get this box up until the very last day of March, so March 31st. You can go, is there 31 days in March? I don't know anymore. I think there is. You can go get this box up until the very last day of March. Then you can come back to this video, copy my pattern if you want, remake this necklace. The only things I used from my stash was 6mm jump rings, a gold head pin. I did wire wrap this, or wire loop. I wrapped it 3 times because I think 3 times looks the best. You can see the head pin there. And I used crimps from my stash, a clasp, and jump rings here, and bead string wire. That's what I use from my stash. Okay, basic necessity materials that everybody should have. You should have those things in your stash, okay? They're the bare necessities, the bead necessities, the simple beading necessities. Okay, I gotta leave before I break out into song. So yeah, I will link this in the description bar. You can go get the box and come back here, make the same necklace, and then you have all of these beads here left over to do whatever you would like to do with them. Like I said, there's enough beads here to make bracelet or even another necklace. It's whatever you can come up with. Alright, so this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me on my social media sites. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and X. Thanks for watching.